Hey guys, what is up? I am Rosie, and I thought this was an interesting idea. It was something I came up with right off the top of my head in the wee hours of the morning. And if it ever catches on, I'd like to get to work doing more research on more artists, and I could maybe even expand into actors and actresses and see some of their last projects before they passed away. But what I was doing was I wanted to look into the last songs of two classic black singers before their passing. And the two incredible singers I chose were Sam Cooke and Otis Redding. I love the two songs, the songs that they recorded before they died. And so I just wanted to just kind of look into it and maybe help gain a new perspective on what you first thought when you first heard these songs. So first off is Sam Cooke, A Change Is Gonna Come. On October 8th, 1963, Sam Cooke was on the way to Shreveport, Louisiana, and he called ahead to the Holiday Inn to reserve a room for him and his wife Barbara. When he and his group got there, though, the desk clerk was looking around nervously, and he just goes, "Well, we have no vacancies." Well, that's kind of funny. There were vacancies before they got there, right? But it was the 1960s. What do you expect? So, Charles, who's Sam's brother, protested, and Sam ranted and raved, "I want to see your manager. I demand to see your manager now." And Barbara kind of nudged him and was like, "Babe, calm down. They're going to kill you." He was like, "They ain't going to kill me. I'm Sam Cooke." So, what Sam must have forgotten was, despite his fame and his name in the South, he was just another, N-word. Not going to say it, but he was just another N-word. If Nat King Cole could be viciously beaten because of who he was in the South, Sam Cooke, being a black man, would fare no better. It was the early 1960s, and that change hadn't come yet. Also, Sam heard the song "Blowin' in the Wind." Yeah, that's the name of it. "Blowin' in the Wind" by Bob Dylan. And he was moved that such a moving song about racism in the South could be written by someone who wasn't black. He grew ashamed that he didn't write a song like that himself yet. And he was scared he'd lose his white fan base, so that's kind of what stopped him. And his white fan base, was quite large at the time. But when he heard Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech, he was influenced by it as well. So close to the end of 1963, Sam Cooke said the composition of the song came to him in a dream. Using incidents that happened to him in both Birmingham and Shreveport to reflect the struggles of all blacks at the time, the song became a staple of the civil rights movement. The lines, "I don't know what's up there beyond the sky," might have reflected his uncertainty of complete justice for black Americans on the earth. In 1963, Cooke's toddler son, Vincent, drowned in the family swimming pool located in the front yard. So the passion, the power, and the pain with which he sang that song could have come from not only the struggles of black Americans, but also could have come from the pain he surely still felt from losing his little son. When he showed the song to his protege, Bobby Womack, who married his wife after his death and showed up at the funeral wearing one of his suits and his watch, but we won't get into that. When he showed the song to him, Bobby Womack said to him, "Man, I don't like that song. It sounds like death." He also said it sounded kind of spooky. Not really deathly, but spooky. And he said he felt like something was going to happen. And so Sam Cooke only performed the song live once and vowed to never do it again in his lifetime. because of the eeriness of the song. The song was released in February 1964, and sadly, indeed, something did happen. On December 11th, 1964, 33-year-old Sam Cooke was shot and killed in circumstances that I personally find shady. And to me, this is just my opinion, it clearly points to murder. But you can watch documentaries and videos and read books and whatever on the subject and form your own opinion on that. This is just my opinion. The ongoing civil rights movement picked up on the song almost immediately, and Sam Cooke's murder happened 2 weeks before the song's release. Rest in peace, Sam Cooke. So that was the first song that I wanted to look into. I love that song, and listening to that song, you do feel an eeriness and a foreboding, and you can hear and feel the pain and the struggles of the Black community at that time. We were going through so much lynchings and just, murders and getting no justice for it, because we were just treated as second-class citizens, and probably even less than that. There were animals who were treated better than we were. So I want to thank Sam Cooke for writing that song and for bringing our pain and our struggles to the forefront, and the eagerness of the Black community to pick up on this gift that he left for us to help us with our movement. It was just, it was well deserved, and I thank him for that. And so now on to the next artist. Otis Redding started writing the lyrics in August 67 to Sitting on the Dock of the Bay while on a houseboat in Sausalito, California. At that time, he'd only written the first verse, and the working title at that time was just Dock of the Bay. Producer and guitarist Steve Cropper said in a 1990 interview with NPR's Fresh Air, Otis was one of those, the kind of guy who had 100 ideas. He had been in San Francisco doing the Fillmore, and the story that I got was he was running a boathouse or stayed at a boathouse or something, and that's where he got the idea of the ships coming in the bay there. And that's about all he had. I watched the ships come in and I watched them roll away again. I just took that and I finished the lyrics. If you listen to the songs I collaborated with Otis, most of the lyrics are about him. He didn't write about himself. Otis didn't write about himself, but Steve Cropper did. And that makes sense to me because Otis was going to be the one singing the song, so why not, right? So the song was recorded on November 22nd, 1967, with additional overdubs on December 7th. With this song, Otis wanted to change his style a bit, and there were some fears that the song sounded too pop. There was an ending rap that Otis intended to add after he returned from doing shows with the Bar-Kays. For the time being, though, he whistled at the end of the song, probably forgetting what the rap was that Steve Cropper wrote. Sadly, he never got to add on to his latest project. On December 10th, 1967, Otis Redding died in a plane crash. He was traveling on his Beechcraft H-18 airplane with members of the Bar-Kays. Band member Ben Cauley was the sole survivor of the crash. He was sleeping just before the plane crashed and awoke to hear fellow member Phelan Jones saying, "Oh no." Because he couldn't swim, he wasn't able to rescue the other members of the band. There are pictures online of Otis Redding after the crash. He was still in his seat. He looked to still be belted in. He looked as if he never even woke up. I've seen those pictures quite a few times, and wow, that's all I can really say is just wow. He just looked like he was asleep and just never woke up. Hopefully that was the case and he didn't suffer. You could just tell he was no longer of this world. I won't post the pictures, but the photos are online. If you get too curious, they are heartbreaking pictures, but you can look them up yourself. Just know that you have been warned. After Otis Redding's death, Steve Cropper went to Stax Studios to finish mixing Dock of the Bay. The sound of seagulls and crashing waves were added, per Redding's requests, as he remembered the sounds he heard when he was staying on the houseboat. While listening to the song, I get a sense of serenity and contentment. You can almost picture yourself sitting on a pier, a beach, or on a dock, feeling a warmish, coolish breeze blowing against your skin, against your face, blowing your hair back. You breathe in the scent of the ocean or the lake and open your eyes to see the golden hues of a sunset, and you see the silhouette of birds flying to their nests to settle in for the night. You're watching the ships roll in, and you watch them roll away again. You're just sitting there, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time, being you. The song was released January 8, 1968, and became the first posthumous single to top the U.S. charts. So, I thought this subject was rather interesting and would like to do more like this. I get to learn a little bit more about songs I've loved or simply admired throughout the years, and you get to see what went through the minds of some of your favorite artists shortly before leaving us one last gift before they left this earthly realm. I hope you all find it as interesting as I did. Please leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to. I'd certainly appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening and wasting time with me. I love you guys very, very much. Hope to see y'all on the next upload. And bye for now.